Hey, this is Jay sharing with you about what are the foundational teachings that are established in every house church movement that we're seeing in Burma and in China and in India and all around the world. These are the foundational teachings that Jesus gave. An illustration of this is in Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 28. Jesus gave this story that summarized the Sermon on the Mount. And he said there were two builders that had two houses. Both of them heard the words of Jesus, but only one of them was the one that had a foundation upon the rock. And the rock is not merely Christ. The rock is obedience to Christ. And so making disciples who obey all of His commandments, heal the sick, love one another, be baptized and baptize others, taking the Lord's Supper. These are the foundational teachings that are in every movement of that is happening around the world that's multiplying. And so we need to help new believers understand that there's a second level of priority. The second level of priority, or the structure of the house, is the way that the apostles, the way that Christ did His mission work. In Matthew chapter 10, in Luke chapter 10, and Acts chapter 10, we can see that He instructed them to go into homes and say, "Peace to this house," and do things in the home. And there were no church buildings for 235 years of church history. This was the pattern that He established, fasting. And they did it. The way that they did it is not commanded, but it is in the Scriptures. It has a higher priority than the third level of priority are the human traditions. And human traditions are seminaries and Bible schools and mission agencies and having church buildings and going to church on Sunday. These things are important, but they're not nearly as important as the first two levels that Jesus gave. And these are not wrong. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 15, washing with unwashed hands, eating with unwashed hands is not wrong. He just said, you have misplaced these commandments of God for the sake of your tradition. And when you do that, that is wrong. And that slows down church multiplication.